Hi guys, Suzanne HB, Crazy Just Might Work here. This video is going to be a tutorial on this bracelet which I called Nigiri. My son gave me the name because he thought each section looked like a kind of sushi that he likes. It's got the rice underneath and the sashimi on the top. But I created this for Amanda and Monica Alumi's autism awareness challenge. So I did it in autism awareness colours. It's really simple, but it does look quite effective because it's a little bit 3D. You can do it in whatever colours you like. You can also, this one is done in striped colours, and the stripes actually vary, so the bit that pops up in the middle is different on each of the sections. I'm also going to show you in this tutorial the, oops, I can knock it down, the Rainbow Loom silicone oil. I found this really useful when I was doing this bracelet because I used the old silicone bands. So I used, I think their Ocean was the Ocean pack these ones were in, and the red one was from the Mermaid pack. And then when I was creating this one, so I was testing out the silicone oil on these ones, and I found them easier to loom having put a little bit of silicone oil on them. And then I used these bands, which I think were from the Twilight pack, and I found it was a lot tougher to actually loom this. It's a really simple, straightforward design, and it was tougher to loom, or should I say to hook, without having the silicone oil on it to make them glide a little bit easier on the hook. So what I thought I'd do is show you first how you use the silicone oil. I know there's been a few reviews on this, but if you haven't seen it yet, this is the silicone oil. It's available on rainbowloom.com, and thank you to Rainbow Loom for sending me some to have a look at. It's just a clear, odorless, I can't detect a smell from it, oil, and you just need a small amount. I found the easiest way was to put it as suggested in the Ziploc bag. So I will put another lot of the colour here. So I'm going to put my pink, and one purple, but my pink mermaid bands in here. Now if you're going to do, I would recommend you do probably like half a pack at a time of the bands, because it's easier to know if it's spreading around. For a really small amount like this, you probably only need just a small amount. So you wipe it off. You can wipe it on the bands, or you can wipe it on the plastic bag. So I tended to kind of wipe it through the bands a little bit. And then close it up, taking out a bit of the air inside, because you're going to use this as like a smushy thing. So you just smush and smooth it all around. If you can hear me at the top of the crackling. You kind of smush it around. I moved it around so that I was like making sure the outside bits got into the middle. Obviously you do it for a bit longer if you've got a whole packet full. And if you find that you put a bit much in there, you can put another lot of bands in there and use up the oil as well. So if I can give you just an example of what it's like without the, I'll grab a colour that doesn't have the, okay, so if I'm just pulling on that and getting it to move up and down there, tends to flip, it tends to catch a little bit when you, and if you're twisting around like I do in some of my border designs. So that's what it's like without, and I'll just grab one that's got oil on it. A bit harder to tell, but it's sliding like much easier. So when I'm doing this bracelet, I found that it was actually much easier. So If you've got some silicone bands around, or any bands around that you find are a bit sticky, I haven't tried them with my other 300 pack type bands, but I am going to give that a go as well, like the pearl, the pearl bands I thought might be good, and the Persians and things like that. So I haven't done anything with those for a while, so I'm going to give that a go. Alright, so now onto the tutorial, and I'm going to do it just in red and blue, because I know they've got the oil on them, so it's a little bit easier to work with. It's a chain-based border. It's really straightforward, so I'll only do a couple of sections. It's a chain-based border, but it's different in the sense that it's actually only got one border. So you only work down one side, you don't do borders on both sides. So you start with a cap band, and that's the first of 5 of this colour. So it's cap band, and then 2, 3. I don't know if you can see, but these are really easy. They're moving really easily on the hook. So that's 4, including the cap band, and that's 5. Then you swap colours. So 1, 2, 3, 4, whoops, 5. Then you swap to your next colour, whatever that's going to be. I'm just going back to the red. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's what I'm going to show you today. It's just got 3 sections there. You need to do a chain that is, I think, just slightly longer than your wrist, but because we'll be working from the cap band up, if it's too long or too short, you can always adjust when you work out whether it's too long or too short. Okay, so I'm going to then, one thing I did notice, I often just tie off by doing a slip knot, and after I've put the silicone oil on it, it's harder to tie off using a slip knot because it tends to slip backwards against itself. So yeah, that was a bit of a learning curve. So I'm just going to pop the next colour on there and pop a C-clip on to hold it. Okay, so pop back to the cap band. It's one that's hooked, the border's hooked on in the open cap band position. Okay, so we're going through there. I usually describe that as going up, but really we're working kind of into the side. We're going to be working into these side 2 loops as we go up. So the side one's here. So you grab the same colour and go through, pull one band through. The next one, you go up and through like that, and then the first band gets pulled on just through that left 2 loops. My lighting's going a bit odd today, so let's see if I can adjust that. No, now it's going to strobe. Okay, put it back where it was, at least it wasn't strobing. Okay, so you just go through the left 2 loops, and then you pull the band through everything, like so. Let's see if I can get that to lighten up a little bit, like so. Then you go up to the next one, and this level has 3 bands. So we go through the left 2 loops, then through the left 2 loops again, and then through everything on the hook with the 3rd band. So if you noticed, we did 1 band through here, 2 bands in the second, 3 bands on the 3rd. We're going to go back down to 2 and then back down to 1. So this one is going to have one band through the two on the left, and then the second band pulled through, so that's just two bands for that layer. And then the last one we're just going to go through there and pull through one band. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Like so. And that gives you this kind of little popped up effect in the middle. You can stretch it and tweak it and do whatever you like, but you end up with this kind of slightly raised effect in the middle and a little bit bulged out in the center. Okay, so the next section is going to be exactly the same. It'll be a 1 band, 2 band, 3 band, 2 band, 1 band. So we go straight up through there and pull 1 band through everything. Like so. Next one we go straight up and pull 1 band through the left, 2, and then we pull the second band through everything, like so. The third of that colour we're going to put 3, use 3. Here, so we go 1 through the middle 2. Sorry, when I say the middle 2 I'm thinking it's the middle chain, but it's not actually the middle chain in this design. So you go through the left 2 with that first band, left 2 loops, then you go through the left 2 loops again, and then you go through everything. Then you want 2 bands for the next. Whoops. Helps if you go through it first. Go up through the next one. Pull through the left 2 loops. And then pull through everything. Then you go up through the last of that and pull 1 band through everything. Okay, so here's the last section. So 1 band through the first, goes through everything. Like so. Then use 2 bands on the next section, on the next chain. Up through the chain, pull 1 band through the left 2 loops, and the second band through everything. The third one has 3 bands, so you've got, oops, there we go, 1 band through the left 2, second band also through the left 2, and the third band goes through everything. Back down to 2 bands for this. So first band goes through the left 2, second band goes through everything, and then you have 1 band, 1 remaining, go up through that final chain and pull 1 band through there. And you just continue doing that to however many sections you need. I think I did, this one's a little loose, it has 2, 4, 6 sections on it. This one I did in limited edition bands, which are a little tighter in some ways, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but then I had to add just 1 extra band on there because it was tighter. I think 5 sections of these would be fine. I've got about just over 6-inch wrist. Okay, so then I can get rid of that band there that was holding it, and just pop the C-clip on the last band I pulled through. It's a very easy finish, like so. And then you just bring it round, make sure you've got it flat, and bring it round and hook it on to your cap band in there. And as I said, you can just give it a, tweak around so your band's looking nice and straight. You can get it sitting a little bit flatter, but it does tend to pop up in the middle and give you that nigiri look, apparently, according to my son. So, there you go. I hope you like that. As you can see, it's a really quick bracelet to make. So, give it a go if you do make this. I'd love to see what you come up with and patterns and things